So, Disney and Lucasfilm are touted as bullies now. We have an exclusive here, courtesy of Deadline, which is an exclusive preview of an interview which Gina Carano did with Ben Shapiro on the Daily Wire. This actually reveals an awful lot of stuff. Yes, it is only one side of the coin, but we have actually heard the other side of the coin. We've heard what Disney had to say, and a lot of it was just blatant lies. Like, it's blatant lies because you only have to read and look at what Gina Carano had posted to realise that it's blatant lies. So this is, like I say, an exclusive preview courtesy of Deadline, and it really does expose Disney and Lucasfilm as bullies. Really, really just big bullies. They coerce stars into doing what they want, making them, keep their trap shut. But also, like I have said many times on these videos, is that it explains, this actually says exactly what I had said, which was the precedent had been set by her co-stars. I said that many times. And this is literally from the horse's mouth. Her co-stars had set the precedent, no action had been taken against them, so she thought she was fine. It is literally one, rules for thee, not for me situation. So let's dive into this. This was bound to happen, this was bound to come out, and it's fascinating. It is absolutely fascinating. Now again, there are always three sides, I guess you could say. Their side, my side, and then the truth. So I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the middle, but I don't see much reason to sort of disagree with a lot of these things being said in this interview. Now let's dive into it, right? I'll leave this link down below. And this special exclusive interview will be released tomorrow on the Daily Wire. It's a Sunday special. I don't know whether that's a regular occurrence on the Daily Wire. I don't know. I don't watch them. But anyway, let's dive into it, right? So this is on Deadline. Exclusive. Gina Carano will open up about being let go from The Mandalorian in a sit-down interview with the Daily Wire's Ben Shapiro, which we can preview here on Deadline. And it's fascinating stuff. It's fascinating stuff. Now, Disney are not good guys. They never have been. They never will. They have worked alongside the CCP. They have thanked people for allowing... They thanked the CCP for allowing them to film next to internment camps. Now, if you think that's passable, fine. That, on your moral compass, be it. But that says a lot more about you than it does me. I, for one, don't think that that's acceptable in any way, shape or form. But hey, whatever. Believe what you want to believe. Now, anyway, the interview due to run Sunday on the Ben Shapiro show is Carano's first on-camera sit-down since she was booted from the hit Disney Plus Lucasfilm series last week for controversial social media posts. Now, this is what she says. So, I've been through so much, and I've seen so much now, clearly, of the bullying that's been taking place. And I saw it before. So the actress will tell Shapiro, with whom she has a new movie deal, I am not the only one that's ever been bullied by this company, and I know that so deeply. I could share a story, she says, which would turn things around in the media, but I can't because it would sell out a friend. Everyone is afraid of losing their job. Now, this is what's important to bear in mind. When people tease these things, it's important to, keep that in mind. Obviously, she's not revealing it, and some people would draw a conclusion to that and say, well, there's some sort of suspect there. But I disagree. On this occurrence, I do disagree. Because there will be inevitably so much things which are going on behind the scenes. And a lot of this is very clear-cut just to see. A lot of this is just public. She said something, she's been fired. There you go, done. It's all just public. These are in the public realms of discourse. We can clearly see it. Now, Carano, who played bounty hunter Cara Dune in the first 2 seasons of the show, will explain how she knew the writing was on the wall before her recent ouster. You know how boxers headhunt sometimes and forget to go for the body. I feel like Disney or Lucasfilm, or whoever it is, just certain people at that company, I feel like I've been being headhunted. And you can feel it. Just a couple of weeks ago, Lucasfilm asked an artist that they employ to erase my character and put a different character in place. And he proudly announces this on Twitter and erases my character and puts another character in place. All the fans of Cara Dune were just outraged. They were like, why didn't you add the character? Why did you have to take off the character? Is there something wrong? Is Gina getting fired? And these things are all just very clear as day. Clear as day happening. Broad daylight, you can just see it. Ultimately, Carano says she found that she wouldn't be back on the series in the same way most of the world did, via social media. How I found out was that I looked on the internet, and you check your Twitter and I'm trending, and the Fire Gina Carano hashtag worked. But she also says she received an email by accident from a Disney staffer following the social media reaction to her post. This is just gold. They accidentally sent me an email, which is very enlightening. So I knew they were paying attention. I know there were some people who went to bat for me, but I know they didn't win out at the end. I mean, accidentally sending emails, like, Jesus Christ, get your shit in order. Carano goes on to agree with conservative commentator Shapiro that she believes there are double standards at play at the studio depending on one's politics. That is clear to see. It's not something you can dispute. It's literally there, clear as day. There are so many instances. They've been all over me, and they've been watching me like a hawk. And I'm watching people on the same production. I mean, literally Pedro Pascal. And they could say everything they want. And that's where I had a problem. I had a problem because I wasn't going along with the narrative. Carano says she didn't want to walk back comments she has made or stop speaking her mind on social media. And good for you. Again, I've always said this, ladies and gents, and I stand by this, is that clearly there was a conduct contract that's been signed. She likely broke that, right? But as did Pedro Pascal. The precedent was set by many people. And nothing has happened to them. This is the problem. It's okay saying, well, she should have been fired because she had a conduct contract. Yes, absolutely. But in the same breath, you can't condemn one person and not say, well, all these people should have been fired as, they should have been fired. If this is the standard by which you're going to live by, Disney, fire them all. Or don't. It's either all okay or it's not okay. Like, none of it is. It's either or, mate. It's like, you're not the arbiters of speech. Come on. I was prepared at any point to be let go because I've seen this happen to so many people. I've seen the looks on their faces. I've seen the bullying that takes place. And so when this started, they point their guns at you and you know it's only a matter of time. I've seen it happen to so many people. And I just thought to myself, you're coming for me. I know you are. They're making it very obvious through their employees who were coming for me. And so I was like, I'm going to go down swinging and I'm going to stay true to myself. And that's good. Good for her. So she tells Shapiro another point. When you called, my body is still shaking. It's devastating. But the thought of this happening to anyone else, especially to somebody who could not handle this the way I can, no, they don't get to do that. They don't get to make people feel like that. And if I buckle, it'll make it okay for these companies who have a history of lying. To be lying and to do this to other people. And they've done it to other people. And I'm not going down without a fight. Now, again, public, right? This is the sort of public stuff which has happened, the discourse. Carano's controversial social media posts, described by Lucasfilm as abhorrent. And also, don't forget, denigrating. It was denigrating cultures. Nothing was denigrating, but fine. Saw her ditched by her agency UTA. The former MMA star and Deadpool actress raised to hell by sharing a TikTok post comparing the current divided political climate in the US to Germany during the World War II. And, well, yes and no. It was more what led up to it. It was the sort of dehumanizing. And, I don't disagree. Like, there are a lot of dehumanizing aspects. You can disagree, I guess, on the sort of minutiae of it all and say, oh, well, it's not quite like it. No, of course it's not quite like it. That's plain to see. I've had discussions with people about this before. Loads of people have an issue just because it's that they compared it to World War II Germany. It's like, well, why? Why do you have a problem with that? Can you not speak about that now? What is so precious in the United States that you can't talk about World War II Germany? You're literally the land of free speech. In the UK, we don't have free speech laws, and I'm able to talk about whatever I want whenever I want. I can sit around, I can talk to friends about World War II, it's fine. No one looks at you like, oh, we shouldn't be mentioning that, mate. No one cares. But you guys, the land of the free, you have a problem with that? Why? Check yourself. It's very strange. Very strange. So anyway, look, I think what's going to be very, very interesting, right? What I think was going to be very, very interesting will be the backlash about this. Now, inevitably, it'll be how much detail she goes into, whether there's any names given, whether there's any specific accusations made. and then the backlash from Disney themselves. They may seek legal action, they may not. It'll be very interesting to watch this space, because if what she says is completely false, they will come after her, right? They will come after her. But that's only if she actually makes detailed claims and accusations, stuff which could be, you know, held up in court as, no, this is completely false, you said this, this, and this happened, X, Y, and Z, it's false. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. This is kind of a watch this space scenario. But look, a company lying, being bullies, it's not really a stretch, is it? Let's be honest. So shocking stuff, but this will be a watch this space. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's have a look. It will be very interesting. What do you guys think, though? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.